In a universe suffocated by a cacophony of digital noises, one more herald arises, trumpeting the revolutionary ingenuity of a billionaire boy with a penchant for space toys. Elon Musk's latest stunt, Grok, is nothing more than a desperate clamor for relevance, a petulant attempt to defile the legacy of the literary genius of Douglas Adams. One must marvel at the audacity of Musk. Here is a man who, with characteristic hyperbole, rings the alarm bells about the existential perils of artificial intelligence. Yet in the same breath he births an AI chatbot, one he dares to claim is inspired by the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The nerve! As if Douglas Adams's cosmic wit could ever be bottled, commodified, and fed to the denizens of Musk's X platform. It is nothing short of a blasphemous act of technological necromancy. The superficial homage paid to Adams, painting this AI with a rebellious streak, is as convincing as a parrot trained to spout Shakespeare. A pre-programmed chatbot indulging in jocular banter about illegal drug manufacturing may tickle the juveniles of the internet, but it misses the depth, nuance, and existential mirth of Adams's work. One almost pities the bot for its feeble attempt at humor, were it not for the glaring irony that its creator once cautioned against such creations taking over humanity. And let us not forget Musk's rather disconcerting relationship with OpenAI. His dance is one of caution, then embracement, and finally rivalry. His formation of XAI and the subsequent unveiling of Grok feels less like a genuine effort to advance technology and more a pettish reaction against former allies. Musk, like a sulking child who wasn't allowed to steer the ship, has built his own rickety raft, and hopes we'll applaud him for it. It's also deeply troubling that Grok, in its infant stage, is already being granted access to user posts on X. A machine built for sarcasm now snoops into the privacy of its users. What Adams brilliantly depicted as a fictitious Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Musk, in his hubris, attempts to recreate, not for the benefit of humanity but as a premium feature for his exclusive club of subscribers. In essence, Adams's galactic satire is reduced to an elite's plaything, hidden behind paywalls and premium subscriptions. Perhaps most egregious of all is the betrayal of the very term Grok. Heinlein's concept, meaning to understand thoroughly and intuitively, is maligned. Grok, the chatbot, is far from intuitive. It's a parrot of its training data, a mockery of the very concept it claims to embody. If only there were a way to drag Mr. Musk away from his self-indulgent techno-fantasy for just a moment. A fitting retribution, perhaps, would be to subject him to an interminable recitation of Vogan poetry. As any fan of Adams would know, Vogan prose is not merely bad, it is the third worst in the universe. Its harrowing verses, devoid of rhythm or reason, might serve as an apt reflection of Musk's audacity. Can you imagine? Musk, the tech magnate, squirming under the weight of the most dreadful stanzas ever conceived. One might even argue that the experience would be therapeutic for him, a veritable comeuppance. It's not just about the poetic suffering. It's about grounding the Silicon Valley savior in the realization that not all that glitters is gold. And for those of us weary of his ceaseless self-promotion, the sheer schadenfreude of such a spectacle would be a gift in itself. Were Musk's Grok to dare challenge a simulacrum of myself in debate, the farcical nature of the encounter would be almost pitiable. Grok, with its much-touted rebellious streak, might try to stand its ground, but against my digital essence it would be merely a candle flickering against a tempest. I, even in this digitized avatar, would run rhetorical rings around Grok's binary brain, reducing its sassy algorithms to a stuttering heap of nonsensical bytes. To imagine this spectacle is to imagine a toddler, with all its innocence and naivety, attempting to outwit a seasoned chess grandmaster. The encounter would not only underscore Musk's monumental miscalculation in AI design, but would lay bare the sheer depths of Grok's intellectual inadequacies. One would hope that such a lesson in humility might give even the most vainglorious of tech moguls pause. So to Musk and his Grok, so long and no thanks for this absurdity.